Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for once again joining me for tea time. Today we have a little bit of misty morning and focus. So good. You guys know I love the bergamot. What are you guys having? You having tea? Some coffee? Or maybe something harder. Depends on what part of the planet you're on, right guys? So today we're going to be talking about Nikon. Nikon takes a breath of fresh air and they're doing a little bit better. We took a look at their Q2 reports that just came out, their fiscal reports for Q2, and they look good. I put down some notes here and I want to talk to you about it a little bit because I think it's important. We've been saying so much negative about Nikon for such a long time. It's good to see them starting to make some money. Seeing that their revenue is coming up, their operating profits are better. That is all good news for Nikon. We always want to see the companies do well, all of them, not just one or two of them. We need all of the manufacturers to do well when it comes to the imaging industry because it promotes innovation in comparison to stifles innovation and it only promotes iteration. Then we get the same old year after year, model after model with just small tweaks in it, and they hand it over to you and you're like, yeah, that's it, go ahead and buy it. Kind of what Adobe does. Anyways, guys, so we're going to talk about it, but before we do, I want to say that if you haven't yet donated to the fundraiser that I started about, just according to this beard, about 10 days ago, I guess now, right around there, please do so. It is for the St. Jude's Research Children's Hospital. They specialize in cancer research and cancer treatment for kids. There's absolutely no cost to the families. All of the monies that the St. Jude's organization gets, since it is a nonprofit, comes from people like you and I. So this fundraiser will be going to them. This is for the No Shave November. It is about men's health, but I want to get into some men's health in the up and coming week, but I want to say that the proceeds, I just want them to go over to the kids. I think the kids are as important or more important than we are, but I still want to bring attention to testicular cancer, prostate cancer, mental health issues, and whatnot. So we still want to bring this to the forefront, but all of the proceeds are going to be going to our children. I think that they are very important, and I love St. Jude's. I think they do a wonderful job. So once again, click the little blue button over here that says donate. That will be helpful. Also, if you haven't downloaded any of my ebooks as of yet, go pick them up. You can find 10 tips of making tax sharp images. You can find the prologue to my latest book that I wrote, How to Create a Digital Fort Knox, Backing Up Your Digital Life. Go check that out also. Go to JCristina.com/books. That's JCristina.com/books. So let's get right into Nikon's Q2 fiscal report. I think this is fantastic because we're getting a lot of positive information out of it. Now, starting out number one, their year-over-year revenue has increased, as what they say, due to a weaker yen, as well as improved sales. Improved sales is really big for them. Number one, they're moving from a consumer-based product line, let's say, into a more professional as well as a pro-am line, which produces more profit. Now, they attribute most of this revenue to the success of Nikon ZFC, which is like that retro vibe camera that they recently came out with. And, of course, their Z6 and their Z7, the latest models which they've introduced. They're doing quite well, and they're selling a lot more cameras as well as lenses than they did in the previous fiscal year. So that is fantastic. Now, operating profits also increased according to their fiscal report, as they no longer have to deal with the impairment losses as they did in Q1, which is great. And they have this continued cost reduction going on over there. We know this has been a case for a long time. They've been shifting focus once again from consumers to professionals, number one. They've also moved production, all production, outside of the country to save money. There's a lot of things that they're doing to cut the fat, so to speak. And they've been doing it, obviously, according to the Q2 numbers here, quite well. Now, Nikon's revenue numbers have been revised upward. They're saying they're going to see an increase of $44 million in revenue. Their operating costs have also been revised upward, and that is an increase of $26 million. So we're seeing a $44 million increase in revenue and a $26 million increase in operating profits. That is awesome. That is really great. Now, Nikon is projecting 750,000 cameras to be sold. That is the same projection that they said back in August. Also, what remains the same is lenses. They're saying about 1.3 million lenses will be sold. Now, where things change is in compact cameras. The number of compact cameras to be sold will be reduced from 250,000 cameras down to 200,000 cameras. Now, that makes sense because we're seeing Nikon shifting their focus from consumers to prosumers or professionals. So reducing the number of cameras sold to that specific market just simply makes sense. A reduction of compact camera sales of 200,000 probably see this trend over at Nikon continue and see them sell less and less compact cameras. Now, one thing that I found really interesting in this report is that Nikon's imaging division, their imaging division proper, not any other, their imaging division only produces 33% of all of Nikon's total revenue, where this used to be in Q1, 37%. So we're seeing a reduction of 4% from their imaging department. It's just not making as much as it once was, and we're probably going to see this slowly go down as imaging in general slowly goes down right across the market. It doesn't matter if it's Nikon or Canon or Sony or Panasonic or Fuji or whoever, numbers are slowly going down. Now, also what I found interesting was their precision device technology division is increasing the market share. So from 36% of their total revenue, it has moved up to 44% of Nikon's total revenue. So you're seeing an increase of 8% for their precision devices, where you see a decrease of 4% when it comes to imaging. We can see where markets are moving, right? Kind of a little bit out of imaging, more into the more high-end precision equipment, at least for Nikon. And I'm going to guess that's probably going to be the same for a lot of the manufacturers. Even Canon. Canon does a lot of stuff with medical. And the amount of money, the amount of profits that Canon make in medical far exceeds what they make when it comes to imaging. Now, another thing that I found interesting was this recalibration, let's say, that is going on with Nikon's product and where it is being primarily sold. So in Q1 and before, last fiscal year, let's call it, we were seeing that in the US, they were selling about 28% of their profit. Now we're seeing only 22% being sold into the US. Now, what is going up, a major uptick, is in China. Nikon is selling 35%. Their profits, their sales are happening more in China, 35%, whereas in last fiscal year, we were seeing 20% into China. That is major. You're talking a 15% increase in sales into China and a decrease of 6% when it comes to the US. So the US is just simply not buying as much Nikon product, whereas China is buying a lot more. A ton more. Now, is that a good thing that Nikon is doing better in the Chinese market? I don't know. I'll let you be the judge. But this is the facts according to their fiscal report. Now, to sum up, Nikon's operating profits as well as their revenue have been increasing. And a lot of it has to do with, number one, no longer that impairment issue, the impairment losses. Number two, the number of products sold. They're making a lot more money because they're selling more product. And the profitability when it comes to selling a professional or pro-am unit in comparison to selling a consumer product is a big difference. They are seeing a greater amount of profit, obviously selling to the pros and the pro-ams. So this simply makes sense. They're once again refocusing their business to pro and pro-am and away from the consumer market. And we see that the ZFC has been doing really well, and their latest releases of the Z6 and Z7 are also attributing to the revenue as well as operating profit gains. And of course, we cannot forget about the cost reductions that have been happening over there across the board. Nikon has been reorganizing for about a year or two now. They've been doing a really good job at cutting the fat, and it seems to be working. So it looks positive for Nikon as of right now. I want to know what you guys think. I don't care if you're a Nikon shooter or if you're not, if you're a Nikon fanboy or you're not. What do you think about Nikon and how they're moving forward? Do you think they're going to be able to sustain? Do you think that they're going to be going out of business anytime soon? Do you think they're going to sell out or possibly be bought out? What do you think is going on with Nikon? By looking at these numbers, it looks like they're doing what they need to do. The question is it enough? Is it too little, too late? What do you think? I really don't know the answer here. Maybe someone out there does. If you do, in the comment area below this video, put your thoughts. I want to hear from you. What do you think? What do you think about these numbers, and what do you think about the direction that Nikon is heading? So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you have, please throw it a big thumbs up. That will be very helpful. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so and click the bell icon over here. So when I go live or when a new video comes out, you will be notified of it immediately. And finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools that I've invented for you and me over the years, and hopefully there's something there that you might like. And if there is, please pick it up and support me and my family. That's it, guys. I'm out of here for yet another vlog. Many blessings to you and your family. Stay safe and stay healthy.